Now, Metal Suppliers Online has been in business since 1995. Our website now gives you the ability to search the inventories of 5,345 North American metal suppliers. It's a system we designed primarily for metal suppliers because metal suppliers are the ones that get the phone calls on the oddball materials. A good customer of yours might call in and say, hey, I know you don't stock titanium, but I got a print here for some 6AL4V sheet, and I'm wondering if you can help me out with it. Well, in the past, you might have jumped on Google or asked someone in the office, hey, who stocks 6AL4B titanium, and you'd go from there. But the way our system works is this. You can start either here at the Buy Estimate tab, come down here, click on Start, and go ahead and do a search for keywords. You can go ahead and say, okay, let's look at all the alloys of titanium. Double-click, and you're going to see all of the alloys of titanium. You can scroll down through here, and there's 6AL4V right there. We select it, hit Next, and we now have a complete listing of all of the product forms that are available in 6AL4V titanium. Starting from the very top of the page, you can click here to get a complete material property data sheet on 6AL4V. The specs that it is covered by, the chemistry, design features, applications, machinability, formability, and what have you. And this is a really handy thing to have at your fingertips because this customer, if they've never bought titanium before, may have a question on it. How do I machine this material? How does it machine? How do I weld it? What are the annealing? How do I anneal the material? You have all that information right here at your fingertips. Going back to the main tab, we come down and look at the way the information is laid out for you. Minimum dimension stock, maximum dimension stock, and number of suppliers. So when you look at a indication like this, we look at round bar available from distributors, is available from 1/8 of an inch up to 16 inch, and there are 26 distributors. If you're talking about the mills start at 002 diameter and go to 12, and there are 13 of them. And open die forge shops, they can produce down to about 2.5 and up to 20 inch, and there are 2 open die forge shops that can forge in those dimensions. So we take the information, we break down the availability of common products like bar products, casting products, fasteners, flat roll products. Now, in this case, we're looking for some sheet. So we look over here, we see the sheet is available from 008 thick up to a 0.188, and there's 20 distributors. If you want to now see who the distributors are behind that search, go ahead and click on that. Everything in orange here is a live link. And here we have a list of all the stocking suppliers and distributors of titanium. Now, you'll notice that they are not organized in an A to Z list. What they are is they're organized in terms of geographic proximity to my location because we're in New Hampshire. Here's one up in Hanson, Mass, up in the Boston area, out to Worcester, and then we jump out to Temperance, Michigan, and Northbrook, Illinois, and what have you. You'll also notice that we have a couple of different groupings here. We have my favorite suppliers, and I indicate that, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. We also have what we call select MSO suppliers. These are suppliers that we find to be the best in a given category for a given product. We also have what we call other suppliers. And other suppliers, it doesn't mean that they're not good suppliers. It simply means that if you only have time to make 1 or 2 quick calls, the person you'd want to talk to is going to be one of these, the folks up in the very top. You'll also notice that we have on next to each supplier, we have 3 different options: edit contact notes, edit sizes, and do not stock. Let's take them one at a time. Edit contact notes basically allows you to override what we would have in there by default. So by default, we might have no primary contact. We might have sales at presidenttitanium.com, but if you know someone at President Titanium or any one of these vendors, you can overwrite that yourself. So I've put in there Sean McLeod and S. McLeod at President Titanium and notes here. I could add customized notes. Loves the New England Patriots. Oops. And we can save that. Now, we can also make this a favorite supplier of ours, or in which case they're going to come to the top of the list, or we can exclude them entirely so we never see them again. There might be one supplier that you just simply are told, do not buy from these guys, and if you click this exclude supplier, you'll never see them again, no problem. So we go ahead and click Save. And there are our notes. Sean McLeod loves the Patriots. Here's his email and his contact info up here. The next option is Edit Sizes. And Edit Sizes allows you to do just that. Let's say that you call President Titanium and looking for some 016 thickness, and they say, well, we no longer stock 016. You can modify this. You can say 020 is the thinnest they carry right now. And go ahead and save that. I'm not going to do it on in this situation. I'm just going to put it back to 016 because that's the latest information, the latest intel we have. Click Save, and you come right back to the master list. And finally, you might come in here and say, I called President and they said that we no longer stock 6AL4B titanium and sheet. And you can go ahead and click Do Not Stock. Now, what's going to happen when you click Do Not Stock, don't worry about it. It sends an email to our staff, and our staff then will verify that. They'll put a call out to President Titanium. They'll verify that they no longer stock 6AL4V, and they'll pull them off the list. This is pretty much what you can do with this page. There are some additional tools up here in the results page. If you click on that, you can filter. You can say, only show me the suppliers that stock down to 025. You can say, give this list to me alphabetically. And you can hit the filter, and now you have that list alphabetically within the different groupings. And these are the folks that stock down to that size range. Also in the tools, you can hide the notes, show the notes. You can show historical bids if we have any on this item. You can add contact information. And what you can do with this information at this point is pick up the phone, make a phone call to Castle, to President, whatever. That's going to be the fastest way to get an answer. However, let's say you're busy and you really don't have time to go ahead and do that. You can go ahead and select which suppliers you want to receive your request for quotation. Then click this button, Email using your default email program. And when you click this button, it's going to pop up a new window, and it's going to be your default email program. The one thing we have found, however, is that sometimes when you click this button, your pop-up blocker will stop it from displaying properly. So if you click this button and you've selected some suppliers, if you click it and it doesn't work for you, check your pop-up. Allow a pop-up on Metal Suppliers Online, and it'll always open your default program. So in this case, I think my default program is Gmail, and there it is. It's going to open that up, and I can go ahead, and it's already BCCing all those email addresses you selected. Come in here, create your request for quotation, and send, and you're off and running. I'm just going to go ahead and trash this for the time being. Leave this page. So here we are back again. Another way you can do this, and it's kind of an interesting way, is you can select those suppliers and then click Next. And in this situation, you're going to go ahead and enter in the details of the RFQ. Put in, that'd be a nice order, 2,000 pounds. And let's say we do require domestic or DFARS acceptable. Actually, we'll say just DFARS. We can add in specifications or not. We can add in tolerances, any kind of additional comments or information you have there. Hit the Next button. In this case, we have some excess inventory. It turns out to be 063, but there's 100 pieces of 063 out in Orange, California. If you are interested, you could click on this view, see the details, and negotiate with that person. If not, just hit the Next button. And final information, it's an urgent request. We want to pay by existing account, verify the ship to address, hit next, and here you are. So here's the request for quotation that we've set up to our selected suppliers. For 6AL4V titanium, we want to expire this RFQ on 2/18. We need the material in 7 days. No preference on shipping, FOB shipping point. You could also change that and say, let's make it, FOB my dock, just so it's FOB destination, so that all prices will be equalized with FOB your dock, and then you'd go ahead and submit the RFQ. Now, this might look a little bit more complex than using your own email system. However, it's really quite quick. You'll find that when you come into the system from the start, you can put together an RFQ and submit it within a matter of a minute or so. So let's take a quick one here. 330 stainless steel, and we have, there it is, double click, and we're looking for round bar. And I'm going to fire this off to rolled alloys and fry. And by the way, you can be doing this while you're on the phone with a customer, which is pretty slick. You want 1 bar. We hit next. We want the material in 2 days. Want to pay by existing account and FOB destination. Next, and you're ready to go. Boom, submit it, and off it goes. So what was that, about 30, 45 seconds? And you can do this while your customer is still on the phone. A customer calls in and asks you for that same information. Let's say they're looking for some 321 stainless steel. You say, hold on for 1 sec, let me check 321 stainless. Well, we're looking for some 18-inch round. Actually, let's say we're looking for 24-inch round. So we come down here, we say, okay, 24-inch round, 321 stainless. Well, guess what? It's only available up to 20-inch. So one of the benefits of our system is that you now know not what is available, but more importantly, what is not available. Now, if a customer had called you on this and said 24-inch round, you would have said, let me give a shot at it. So you pick up the phone, you'd call Fry, you'd call Castle, you'd call whoever, EMJ. Half an hour later, you find out it's not available in 24-inch round. With our system, you know it right now. So rather than waste your time, waste that half hour, 45 minutes, you have the information at your fingertips, what's truly supported in the marketplace. And, oh, by the way, you might say, well, gosh, what are you doing with that 24-inch round? And your customer says, well, we're going to be cutting it into 2-inch slices, 3-inch slices. That's interesting. So you're making discs. Well, how about plate? Well, what do you know? Plate's available up to 6-inch thick, and we can cut those discs for you out of plate. Is there any problem with the spec? Is it an AMS spec? Nope. Just a standard commercial job. No specs required, and off you go. Obviously, if they were looking for a specification, if it was 321 to the AMS 5645, you couldn't substitute plate because that doesn't meet the 5645. It meets the 5510. But it gives you the information and the flexibility to really go through and take care of those non-stock items incredibly rapidly. That's kind of a quick look at this thing. There are so many other pieces, moving pieces on the website that we could talk about. We'll do that in subsequent sessions. One quick thing I do want to mention, however, we basically allow you to search in this search box up here for metal, for a grade of metal. This search box is not to be used for a grade and a form and a spec and what have you. We've had people that come in and they'll search for 321 AMS 5645 sheet, actually in this case round, bang in round, and they search and boom, nothing, because this search box is just for a grade of metal, and we always say keep it as simple as humanly possible. So, for example, if you're looking for 17.4 pH condition H1150, do this. Just search on 17. It's so simple. It's going to bring up all of the metals that contain 17, and as you scroll down, there it is, 17.4 condition H1150. Bang, and you're moving on. So don't use this search box to search on anything but a grade of metal. If you want to search for specifications, we have a complete specification search list here. So you come under Research and Specifications and 5645. Let's punch that in by itself, and there it is, AMS 5645, and the alloys that it covers. And I hope, if my memory is correct, that it was 321 stainless steel. And there it is. So you can go right back out, jump into 321, and off you go. So again, just use the search for the grade of metal. Don't search on specifications and forms and what have you, and keep your searches as simple as possible. That's about it for right now. My name is Al Gamble with Metal Suppliers Online. I'd like to thank you once again for your time. And I would invite any questions you have, feel free to call us on the toll-free number right there on the website. You can email me personally if you like. My email address is metals, M-E-T-A-L-S, @gmail.com. metals@gmail.com, and it's Al Gamble. So enjoy the system. I hope you find it to be productive for you, and we will talk soon. Have a great day.